Greetings of the day. Hey guys, in the earlier video lecture of business finance, we have started with the topic of SEBI, that is Security Exchange Board of India. We have seen that SEBI has been established in 1988, whereas it got its proper legal status as an autonomous or statutory body in the year 1991. We would just have a quick recap of what we have done in the previous video lecture. We have seen SEBI is a nodal agency which was formed by the government in order to control the operations or to control the stock exchanges and its transactions. Later on, we have seen the composition of SEBI board, and with this we have seen the organizational structure of SEBI boards. We have said that from 5 departments to 20 departments has been there in the SEBI. Then we have seen the role of SEBI in development of financial markets in India. Now in this video we will continue with the same topic and we will move towards the functions of the SEBI along with the role of stock exchanges in development of any country or in development of financial market in India. When we say about the functions of SEBI, SEBI has 3 level of functions which they have to perform. Very first is the protective function, second one is the developmental function, and third one is the regulatory functions. When we see of protective functions, these functions are performed by SEBI to protect the investors and their interest and provide safety to the investment of these investors, which from any kind of malpractices or unfair practices in the market. These protective functions are again subdivided in various parts. The very first protective function is checking price rigging, that is checking price manipulation. Usually what happens that there can be possibility that the prices of the market prices of the securities can be inflated or depressed in the market by the players. That is why SEBI puts continuous check, or SEBI has practiced to check price manipulation in Indian financial market. That is the very first protective function which is performed by the SEBI. Second, it's prohibit insider trading. So we have to understand what is the term insider trading, which because it is quite new for us, maybe some of you may be knowing it. So insider trading means insider is a person who is already been connected with the company. For say we can say it can be director, it can be promoter, it can be any kind of vital employee of the it can be any high level employee of the company. Usually these insiders have certain sensitive or vital information which can directly affect the market price of the shares of or securities of this company. So with regard to this information, they can manipulate the market, they can direct for the purchase and sale of the securities of their own company, because this information as is not in the public domain or is not available to all investors or all people. The information is now get privileged to these insiders only, and that is why they can use in this information to make their own personal profit, because they are available to this information. And to stop these kind of things, SEBI has prohibited insider trading by what we can say, by framing strict laws and putting strict punishment on this. That is what is known as insider trading. SEBI keeps strict check on the things of insider trading, who are buying securities of the company, even though strict action is been provided, who is been found doing or who has been found in insider trading also. That is why it is quite important for all of us to do not get involved in this kind of activity, and SEBI has been here protecting their investors from insider trading, so that everyone could have the rational information or proper information. They could properly react in the natural tendency for booking their profit no one can have the what we can say, sensitive information priorly and can book their profit by their own. Next is it prohibits fraudulent and unfair trade practices. The another objective protective function of SEBI is to protect its investors from fraudulent and unfair trade practices by not allowing companies to make any misleading statement or give any misleading information to its investors, which could result in the sale or purchase of any kind of securities by other person because of that misinformation. That is what is the way by which they prevents the investors from fraudulent and unfair trade practices. Next is to educate investors. It is quite important that along with improving all the functionalities of the stock exchanges and the companies, it is also important to educate the investors, because every time SEBI would not be there for the purpose of protecting the investor. That is why to educate them is the exact and proper way for what we can say, protecting them. That is why SEBI usually take various efforts so that they could educate their investors by what we can say, with regard to the various securities of different companies, and by this thing they can take what we can say, they can go for make entry in the market for the purpose of trading in the market. Next is the SEBI promotes fair practices and code of conduct. SEBI is always advocating the fair practices should be there in the market, and there should be code of conduct for all the stakeholders in the market. It has issued guidelines for the purpose of this thing with regard to the interest of debenture holder. It should not be get what we can say, curtailed or hurt when the company is making any kind of step. It should not be in between their terms which is been already discussed. It should not change in the in between of that term. Then it has also what we can say, it has also strictly taken the cases where insider trading cases has been dealt very strictly, and various stiff provisions has been made, even though there is financial punishment for it along with the imprisonment in the jail for the insider trading. Even though SEBI has made things clear that preferential allotment of shares should be not related to the market prices, this step has also been stopped by the SEBI. These are the various protective functions which are been uh, executed by the SEBI to protect the investors from any kind of unfair, fraudulent practices in the market. Now moving to the development function, as the name suggests, these functions are undertaken by the SEBI for the purpose of the development of the stock exchanges, and to promote and increase the business of the stock exchanges. In developmental functions, we can say that the very first function should be to provide training to the intermediaries of the securities market, because they are the prime person who are responsible for the purpose of the trading in the securities market. That is why it is important to train them properly, so that they would be dealing with in proper conditions or dealing properly in the market. Second is to promote activities of the stock exchanges by adopting flexible as well as adaptable approach in the market. They usually try to promote the activities by way of giving flexible and adaptable environment in the stock markets. Then we have discussed in the earlier video lecture that SEBI has also permitted internet trading, for which there should be in the registered broker should be there, who act as an what we can say, agent for their clients. That is what is the SEBI has done. So through this way they have made the development of the stock exchanges, and this has quite helped them in the development of the stock exchanges and increasing the trade volume in the stock exchanges. Even though a small person from a very small village can go for the trading through their mobiles or through their computer or laptops, then again, another important step which SEBI has taken for the in the development of the IPOs or for the development of the company in the interest of the company is that it has made underwriting optional. Why it has made underwriting optional? Because it would have a huge cost when the company has to go for issue. Underwriting was made was already compulsory, and due to this the volume of cost the cost was quite high, and by making it optional, it has reduced the cost of issue for the company. That is a very great thing for the development of the IPOs in the company of the companies in the particularly what we can say in Indian stock exchanges. Then is even we can say that IPO of the primary market is permitted through stock market, which has make it quite fair and everyone can participate and have the clear information with regard to the IPO, which again this as we have discussed when we were discussing on the role of SEBI in primary market reforms. We have again discussed this. Now move to the third important function, that is the regulatory function, which is again the responsibility of the SEBI to regulate the financial market in India. So very first the function is it has framed rules and regulations along with various code of conduct to regulate intermediaries. Then who can be the intermediary? It can be the merchant bankers, underwriters, brokers, sub brokers, agents, financial portfolio managers. All these are intermediaries for which rules and regulations has been framed and a code of conduct has been established so that they would follow it strictly. Then again is that the intermediaries are brought under the regulatory framework, that is purview, and private placement has been made more restrictive to check the transactions and to maintain the transparency in the financial market. Next is that SEBI registrars and regulates working of all those who are associated with the stock exchange in any manner. It has started registering everyone and regulating for all the stakeholders who are associated with the stock exchange in any manner. It can be any intermediaries, but if they are associated with stock exchanges, there should be a regulation or code of conduct for those intermediaries or anyone who is involved in the stock market trading. Then SEBI registers and regulates the working of mutual fund. Also mutual fund are considered SEBI has been considered for the apex organization or is responsible for the working of the mutual fund, and as we all know they are getting popular, so SEBI has also regulated all the AMCs, that is asset management companies, so that there should be again fair dealing with regard to mutual fund with the investors. Again in the regular business page we can businesses we can have heard about mergers and takeovers which usually happens in an economy. SEBI has already taken steps for regulating these kind of mergers and acquisitions so that there would not be loss of any investors of any company, whether it is company A or company B, whether they are going for mergers or takeover. Last one, SEBI has conducted inquiries and audit on stock exchanges also to remove the irregularities from there. That is what is the another step, that stock exchange has been regulated properly even though inquiries has been initiated on the stock exchanges if any discrepancies has been found in their conduct. That is what is the another step which has been taken by the SEBI in their regulatory function. These are the various functions which were performed by the SEBI, that is Security Exchange Board of India. Now we will move to the second portion of this video lecture, that is our last portion, is role of stock exchanges. One might be thinking that why stock exchanges are needed in any economy or in the financial market, what is the necessity of having stock exchanges. So the role of stock exchanges is quite important in any economy. That is what we are going to see in this particular segment. The very first role of stock exchanges is that they are important for the purpose of raising, that every company can list themselves on these stock exchanges for the purpose of raising capital by selling or by issuing their shares by way of IPO or FPO to the public. It is quite easy for now for the company they can, if they have followed properly all the procedures which has been laid down by the SEBI, they can easily come to any stock exchange. They can go for their IPO, they can raise their capital, and they can perform their economic activities. This is the most important role of any stock exchange, because it acts as a medium between the traders and the companies. That is what is an important thing, that the role of stock exchanges is quite high, and in the development of any economy or economy of any country, they are stock exchanges are considered as a measure and control for the growth of any country or economy. Even apart from that primary or secondary market, we can take that stock exchanges are again important, as they play an vital role in development of the economy of country. This was the very first thing, that without raising capital, no company can perform their activities, because we all know that without capital you are not able to do any kind of economic activity. That is what is the very first role of stock exchange. Then second is the mobilization of savings of the public. It is quite important that to mobilize the saving of this company, saving of the public. Why mobilization is necessary? Whoever invests in the stock market, usually that investor has their own savings, and these savings are usually invested in the stock exchanges in high yielding economic sectors, which again in turn give high yield to investors. So in this way, both individual investors or the investor, whereas the economy get benefited. How they get benefited? If these savings were not mobilized in the stock exchanges, you could have that kept that money in your what we can say piggy bank, in your at your home, or in your what we can say bank account, but that would not have yield you much benefit, or again that would not have much helped the economy. That is why it is important to mobilize this saving, give it to the companies of the what we can say which are having high growth prospects. They would raise capital from here, they would produce or manufacture goods and services, they would supply you goods and services, they would earn profit, and ultimately this profit would be distributed among the members, that is the shareholders of the company. Next is to facilitate company growth. How the company can grow, and what is the role of stock exchanges? These stock exchanges are responsible for providing capital to the companies, which help them to expand themselves, to grow themselves, and by this way they can go for takeover, mergers, acquisition, whatever they have planning for the purpose of the growth in future, they can go there. And by in this way, the stock exchange is responsible for the growth of the company, as they provide capital which is been needed for them. Next is sharing of profit. This is the most important thing, is that as an investor you have invested money in the stock exchange via stock exchange to any company. Company has raised the capital, company has invested the capital for the purpose of manufacturing or producing any goods or services. These services has been sold, or goods or are been sold in the market, and company has earned a profit. By way of that earning profit, they help both, that is casual and professional stock investor, to get that share in their profit, as they get dividend as an part of their share in the profit. And that is what is the role of stock exchange, is to share the profit between the companies. Are not able to keep the profit by all of them with themselves, they have to share this profit with their investors, with their members, and again the company would keep a share, and later on distribute the remaining amount to its investors. That is what is the important thing, is that. And stock exchange plays a vital role, because they provide you a platform where you can, it can be possible that you may be an layman simple investor who has incidentally invested in any stock which is high yielding, or which can be a profitable business, or you can be a professional investor also, who has a deep knowledge where to invest, when to invest. At anything you are earning the money, you are able to share the profit with your investors. Next is the corporate governance. Even with these things, stock exchanges imposes strict and stringent rules for the listing of the company. It is not that any company, ABC company can came at any point of time for the purpose of listing, and they can get list and they can raise the capital. It is not possible. There are strict rules and regulations which are been laid down for the registration of the company, for the listing of the company, and after listing, they why these after listing only they can raise the capital. Why these strict rules have been there? Because to protect the investors from any kind of misconduct or from any kind of loss on their investment. So listed companies have better management of their records than other companies. That is again the part of corporate governance, and they have to strictly follow all these rules. Then it creates opportunity for small investors. Stock exchanges are responsible for creating opportunity. How they create opportunity? They provide you platform where you can invest your money in the high rank companies who has a good growth graph in future. Even though we can buy a very small number of share, it is not necessary that we should buy a big chunk of share or we need a huge capital. Now we can buy any amount of share in the via stock exchanges. Then the last role of stock exchanges is the raising capital for government developmental projects also. Even though stock exchanges are useful for government also, whenever government is in need for the purpose of any kind of fund requirement for their developmental purposes, government can participate in the purpose of fundraising, not capital raising, not directly but through issue of bonds. Any investors who can fulfill the criteria can what we can say, lend money to the government by way of bond, which are normally considered more secure than the public companies, and it can also enjoy tax benefit if allowed. So even though returns are also very good with this, and risk is very minimum, so by way of this government is also able to raise their funds or raise the capital from the stock exchanges. This is what is the important role of stock exchanges in development and growth of any economy or economy of any country. That is why it is been said that an index of stock market is considered the parameter to know the aspect of the economy of that country, or to know the development and growth of that company. That is why apart from primary and secondary market, stock exchanges are very important and plays an vital role in an economy of a country. This is it for this lecture. In the next lecture, we will see some new part related with the SEBI. Until then, stay tuned. Thank you.